I stand here, I am not saying, please listen to me. Saying, I will give you the Word of God, please read it. I would love to help you. Can we help you? Can we just talk for a minute? We'd love to help you. We do care about not only babies in the womb, but about our neighbors. We're not here in hatred. The raised voice does not mean anger. It means I really need you to hear the truth. So many times out here I am brought to tears because I see women congratulating other women because they stand by, while little tiny women like my daughter here are killed in the womb. And yet we're inconsistent. We would say it's not a person when it's that small, but it's a person when it's this size. Human life is precious because it's a gift from God. Human life is precious because God says it is. And we all fall far short from God's perfection. Myself at the top of the list. And that's why I needed a Savior. I needed forgiveness, and I continue to need forgiveness because I still sin. In spite of loving God with my heart, there are still things that I sin against God. But instead of being angry at God or saying you have no right to judge, I say you do have the right to judge, and I love you. You're my Father, and you're perfect, and I'm not. And I submit my will to you because you are worthy. If anybody hears my name, I want you to hear Jesus Christ. Somebody gave me the best compliment I ever got in my life. About 6 months ago, 8 months ago. Somebody I was working with. As I was praying for the elderly and those that are preparing to die in hospice. As families are gathered around. They said, I don't know what God looks like, but when I imagine Him, I think of you. And it's humbling because God is perfect and I am not. God never loses His temper, though He is righteously angry. Sometimes I lose my temper, and that is wrong of me to do that. And I must confess that. Sorry. Carrot litter. Who littered carrots? Bad. And so our goal is definitely to stand for the defenseless, to love our neighbors from smallest to largest, big, small, whatever color your skin is, wherever you come from, whatever language you speak. We love you because you are made in God's image. We're not just here for women. We're not just here for children. We're here for men, grandfathers, and brothers, and uncles, and cousins. We're here to stand for the truth and point everyone, not to ourselves, but to the God who is truth, who is the only way to be made right with God. This is who we are and why we are here. And we pray that you would take the literature we're offering and ask us questions about it, as one man just did. To ask questions. And say thank you. Because Jesus Christ didn't come to judge or to condemn. He said in John chapter 3, he said, I did not come into the world to condemn the world, but that the world through it might be saved. But then the next thing he says is, we are all already condemned because we do not believe in the Son of God, the Savior of sinners. So we need to put our hearts and our desires not into what pleases us, but into what honors God. So today, if you've heard anything, I pray that you hear that Jesus is the way to be made right with God. That Jesus is the source of truth. Indeed, He is the truth about God, the revealing of God to man in a fleshly person. And that Jesus is the only hope we have for life. Not only for this life which He has given us, but eternal life, which is a gift of God. It's given by grace. That's a good thing that we don't deserve. He gives us good gifts that we don't deserve. He gives us not the condemnation that we deserve, but a good and precious gift.
So you don't need to get an abortion if you use that.
I would never have an abortion. Kind of a man.
That's why you wear condoms, so you don't need to get something pregnant.
No, the Bible says be fruitful and multiply and go the earth to the glory of God.
So they are free up there.
That's cute. And we don't want to prevent pregnancy. God says in Genesis, He said He made the first man and woman, you know what He told them? Be be fruitful and multiply. I'll take them from you, that's fine. I'll send them a pocket, I don't want to use them. I'll take their money and put it in my pocket, their resource and put it in my pocket all day.
That's great.
You can go up there and get anything you want and put it in my pocket and I'll keep it and throw it away or whatever.
What I don't understand though is you're preaching love, which
Right.
is dope.
Absolutely.
I'm on board with that.
Yes.
What I don't, like, how, you're a man, which you acknowledge is not perfect, right?
Right, certainly.
I would say the same about myself.
Right.
So how can you decide who's walking through this door if they're making a good decision or not? Isn't that up to them?
There's nothing that they do in there that's good. Because they deny God in the
I don't think that's a very informed perspective.
That is a biblical perspective.
But you realize the Bible says a lot of other things, like stone women if they cheat on their
If they commit adultery?
If they commit adultery.
Absolutely.
So
Yes.
if your wife
And you
cheats
kill
on
a
you,
man who committed adultery.
so you're down with that?
Absolutely.
did
That's
that,
not the
this guy
law of the
would arrest
land.
you.
No. So listen. Let me answer it before you're really shaky and really upset.
I'm just like really surprised. I'm shocked that you actually believe this.
What I'm saying is
I'm
that,
trying to take you seriously, but
you won't listen to me. That's the hard
I thought
part.
I've been sitting here for like 10 minutes listening to you.
Right, but now you're saying
You're the
things
only
that are
one
not
who last 10 minutes.
I understand.
We're saying something that's not true.
Well, no.
We're saying
You're
the
not
Bible
listening.
is over the law of the land.
The Bible is absolutely over the law of
I
the
would say
land.
this guy would disagree with
I submit to the law of the land under God. But if you read Romans chapter 13, it says, submit yourselves to the governing authorities as they are ordained by God, right? I can show you. This is Bible.
Because I realize
The
everyone
law
has
of the
their own
land condemns
Bible.
abortion.
No, I don't think it does.
It does. Read the Constitution. You may not deprive anybody of the right to life, and you may not deprive them of due process of the law.
So
They're human beings.
did you
They're
just
being
say the
deprived of due
Constitution
process
also
of the
makes war illegal? We can't go to war with the Navy because that would kill somebody?
No.
Is that what the Constitution
No.
says? That sounds
We're
like
not
your
arguing just
interpretation.
war.
That sounds like your interpretation of
Why
that.
don't you come to one thing that you want me to answer, and I'll answer it.
And
then we'll go on to 37.
I just had the one question I had is I love the fact that you're out here talking. The one problem I had was when that woman walked in there and you tried to get her attention, you tried to harass her. And I don't.
When I said, can we talk to you?
Yeah.
That was very harassing.
Look at your signs out here. You have some violent imagery out here.
Right. Well, that's
You've got a
I
very
didn't kill
loud
that
voice.
baby, and I didn't rip that baby apart.
No, you did it.
But they did.
Yeah.
That one specifically, but they do that every Friday.
That's your opinion.
No, that's scientific.
Absolutely. So what do you do abortion?
Yes. What does abortion do?
Abortion is
Abort what?
a fetus. You're killing the fetus. Yes. A human fetus. Yes, sometimes you need to kill things. So you're against war. You're a pacifist as well? You're against war? Thank God, I've met a fellow pacifist.
Hold on.
Why don't we start protesting the Syrian conflict here? Why don't
That'd
we?
be great.
Yes.
I would agree with you.
I feel like that would save more lives though, because I feel like you're fighting a losing battle here.
In
You're
Syria,
trolling.
no.
Trolling.
I'm not
doing the trolls anymore. I like trolls, you know?
It's really cute when you
Your
watch-
speculation is fun to watch, but it's just like,
Can I ask you a question?
yes.
How many babies do you think have been killed since Roe v. Wade in 1973 by abortion in the United States? Just give me an approximate.
No, you probably know better than me. Why don't you tell me?
60 million.
63
That's
million?
60.
60 million,
That's 10
sorry.
times more than the Holocaust.
So that means there's been 60 million unwanted pregnancies.
No, 60
60
million babies killed.
by
Human beings, by your words.
Abortions. Okay.
Fetus means offspring. It's a Latin
Okay.
word. I don't know where it's from Latin here in America. It's dead language.
Yeah.
Okay? Fetus means offspring. If I'm a human being and my wife is a human being, we have offspring. It is a human being.
Okay.
Not after it comes out, but from the second it
But don't you think there's like, I get that, and abortion sucks, and it's a horrible thing for someone to have to get an abortion.
no one has to get an
No, no one does. But if the choice is to give birth to a baby that you don't want or you can't afford to raise, or that maybe you've been violated by a man who has really strong views on not using condoms, and now you have something inside
I
of
never
you.
raped my wife, so that's a false assertion.
I did not say that about you. I'm just strange, and I'm sorry that you took that
Okay, you stuck
implication.
condoms in my hand and then told me that some people get raped and then eat condoms.
I mean, I think everyone's listening
that's
here,
pretty
so I'll just
pushing it.
I'll agree to disagree. I think we have other people listening
Let
as
me
well.
answer the question, though. Can I answer the question for the question? What was the question? Is it right to kill babies?
No, that's your
Human
question.
beings
That's
in
your
the world.
question. My question
Human
is, is it right
beings
to abuse people walking in here making their own choices?
I'm not using anyone. I'm exercising a First Amendment right. That's why
Yeah,
it's in there.
and so am I. And so am I.
And you
Except
are.
I'm using my right to say that I
Right,
think.
so am I.
I'm not. What am I lying about? All I've said is I think you're a bit of a hypocrite telling people what they can and can't do. That's the one thing I've said. That's an opinion. That can't be a lie.
This is my stand.
Okay, and I said that's fine.
Disagrees with what I'm saying or doing, please point it out.
No, I'm just saying that's a great standard, but
This is the only standard.
I'm saying that standard is making you treat other people in a way that is making them uncomfortable, which is fine. But I'm just saying that you're doing that, and you should realize you're doing that. And I know you're doing that because you're a professional troll and you get off on this.
I'm not a professional anything.
No, I can see that. But you're up and coming. You're troll and training. So you're not Westboro Baptist Church.
Hold on, no.
You're getting there.
Now again,
You need more cameras. And then you'll get
Jeremy, hold on just 1 second. Can you listen from 10 seconds
I've been listening for 10 minutes. And now I'm trying to talk because you're the only one talking. Well, that makes two of us.
Okay. Listen. For anybody who wants to hear an answer, okay? He said it's okay if someone doesn't want to be pregnant to kill the human fetus that is in the womb, a human being, made in the image of God, which God says is precious by the things I just read for you. In Psalm 108.
You heard of it. So you're a pacifist, you're against war, the Iraq war is bad. World War II was, we should not have gone into...
over there, or would you stop this? Would you yell at them and say, sir,
I don't think I would have to stop you. He would stop you.
I would hope so, right?
Absolutely.
But he doesn't have the right to stop them.
Absolutely not, because they are legally allowed to go in there and make that choice.
Not by the Constitution.
So you Jesus, show me the Constitution. You have the Bible, show me the Constitution.
It doesn't matter. Let me ask you this.
Okay, we will. But what I'm saying is, legally, in America, we treat people by the law of the land. So, yeah.
Daddy, what did you want?
We
They still do not have developed the babies after 11 to 12 weeks. They rip their heads off.
For the women that are more human
It's showing ignorance. It's the same type of human being.
You can't choose to kill somebody
unless you want. No, but you have to make a choice. You have to make a choice. Either you have to kill babies, or you have to say if a woman gets pregnant, she has to have that baby, and society has to deal with that baby. And that hasn't worked. And that's your opinion, and I disagree with your opinion. You can have that opinion, that's fine. Where it makes me mad is when you start yelling that opinion on other people when they're having a decision. Take your opinion to fucking Augusta. Take it to the.
We're the big murder babies in Augusta too.
We'll take it to the fucking legislator. Talk to people who are making decisions. You have fucking shame, young women and men walking around.
Anybody who kills a human being should be ashamed of that.
Yeah, but they have the right to say whatever they
No,
believe.
and fine, absolutely, and so do I.
And you can just cuss at them for saying what they believe.
Oh, I'm not cussing.
You cuss twice.
Well, I say fuck. I can swear. That's not against the law either. You know, they can put the
Well, what
stuff
they're
in.
doing is not against the law either.
No, absolutely not. It's shitty. It's shitty. It's not illegal.
In your opinion.
Yeah, right, because in your opinion, me swearing is
Someone
shitty.
else's opinion, it's not.
And that's fine. I think it is not. It is not. But I think this is a much more valid, interesting conversation than you just like preaching by yourself. I thought there was like a crazy person over there. I'm like, there must be a crazy guy. And I came over because normally when you hear someone yelling about Jesus, they're either trying to troll people into conversation, or they're have some sort of mental issue that's going on with them that makes them feel
People that talk about
that.
Jesus out loud are
Preaching the good news so people can be saved.
It's a choice. There's lots of different, like, everyone has their own reasons for doing things. And in my opinion, when I heard your voice from over there, I thought this should be interesting. There should be some crazy people here with some really gross visual imagery for me to come watch, have a little entertaining.
Well, that's because you're denying the truth.
No, I'm not denying the truth.
People admitted what was going on inside here was that, then we would never have that sign.
That's for sure. No,
I despise that sign.
No, you don't. You love it. You love it. Look at your eyeballs.
Now I'm a liar. No, you don't. I know what you're thinking. I'm sorry, that didn't work out.
That's what we believe, sir.
Good. This is great. You guys should give me your schedule because I'm really enjoying this.
Every Friday.
Awesome. Beautiful.
Sometimes Tuesday or Wednesday. But you do it.
It doesn't acknowledge abortion, but your interpretation is it says you can't take human life, right?
But you can't take human life unjustly.
Unjustly. Right. So when we're arguing, what is the taking of justice?
Right. The Constitution is due process.
Yes.
If you kill somebody,
What exactly happened? What did you do? Right?
I'm not random. I'm telling you what order you're being mad at.
I'm not mad at all.
I don't say it in front of my friend. I'm speaking in front of
conversation anymore? You're done with this conversation? It's too much for you?
I'm talking to you about my friend.
Oh, well, talk to me then.
Okay.
Hey,
Okay.
I respect the healthy debate. You guys are, but I don't want it to go up the next level. It's not. That's just
No, that's why I'm leaning here.
You guys are very civil.
I'm usually found sitting on a walker, so me standing up is a big deal, honestly. You've seen me on a walker many times because I couldn't stand it. So,
I just want, if we're talking, I'll talk with you. If you want to talk with them,
okay, if someone were to
walk
kill...
away. It doesn't seem like you're interested in that conversation.
Okay. If someone wanted to an anonymous person that isn't here because he's my friend, killed somebody, and the law provides a system of justice where, at least by the testimony of 2 or 3 witnesses, every fact can be confirmed. They'd sit before a jury of their peers and a judge that knows the laws, and they would be righteously condemned, not arbitrarily condemned, but righteously condemned, right? So if this is